welcome back to TEW 2016, The Branding Solution, and we are here on Smackdown, and the big question on today's show is what has Ember Moon done with Charlotte? But to start things off, we have pre-show, and to talk the times, we are probably only 10 minutes over on both shows, both pre and main show. This is one of the more difficult sort of shows to book when you're using a lot of the lower talent. You just throw them against NXT people in pre-shows and see what you get. We give the New Midnights a victory here, just to continue on that they are a credible team. We gave Sasha Banks a squash victory, and nothing important there. We then tried some random tag teams again, with Risk Reward as one. Nothing too fancy here. Mary Dobson and Andrea won this match, randomly selected by the game. I thought that's the best way to do some of these. Look at their performance, 38 and 29, so they're probably the weakest two. I thought that if it's going to randomize, you would have picked Aaliyah, but never mind. Not the most important thing, pre-show wise. Alicia Fox picks up a victory, just to try and keep her a little more relevant after last week. We have a 4-on-4, we have 3 of Natalia's rising stars and Mandy Leon, who probably could be in that group. Her and Lou Darker are the stars of the show, facing NXT talents. We have Bayley defeat Nikki Savoy. Just want Bayley to have a match. I'm going to try and use her on pre-shows against some of the younger talent until she goes off on her pregnancy. That still is difficult to get over. G-Next pick up a win. They were a terrible tag team. I could understand that. Eva Marie defeats Kelly Skater. Another simple enough match just to keep Eva Marie relevant. And we tried to have a bigger match to end the pre-show. Taryn Terrell defeat Gail Kim, 65, which was enough rating. Should have lifted the crowd as well. So we head into the main show. Edge starts the show, calling and begging for Ember Moon to return Charlotte. Sasha Banks hits the ring and demands Charlotte is released and returned safely. And they're both sort of in the sort of saying that they'll give them anything, give them whatever they want, just bring Charlotte Flair back. Ember Moon appears on the Titantron, and all we see is Charlotte in the background, tied to a chair, screaming, trying to scream for help. Ember Moon has 2 demands. She wants to be part of the Money in the Bank, and she wants a title match at Battleground against whoever wins Money in the Bank. Between Sasha and Paige or Becky, we'll find out later. Edge says deal, now tell us where she is. And Ember just holds up an address, and the feed is lost, and you see Edge and Sasha running down the ramp, looking to go to that address. Well, I was going to turn her into the best in the world, but I'm worried that it's going to just not work. We're going to have to do it as above average. Okay. It's a hell of a good start, because Ember Moon and Edge aren't as over as the other two. But it sort of plays into what Ember's done. So Ember has got herself into the Money in the Bank, and she's got herself a title match. We find out who it will be against during this show, because Becky and Paige is the main event. Peyton Royce defeats Udapa Tapi to advance in the Queen of the Ring. Nikki and Alexa cut a promo saying that we may be best friends, but tonight we'll find out who will face Asuka for the Intercontinental title, because Edge is too busy running around. We came to an agreement that we'll face each other to see who will face. The loser will go into the Money in the Bank. Naomi defeats Dana Brooke, just pushing Naomi to have a little bit of momentum before her Carmella match. They're going to have a debut title match. Naomi has never been champion on my game, so she is eligible for it. And then we have a 4-on-4, just mixing up the tag teams a bit. And Billy Kay and Candice LaRue, and the Jet Sets lose to Bad and Beautiful and Bad Reputation. We gave Candice LaRue has to take the pin because she's technically not in the title match or in the rivalry. So yeah, it worked. It's a solid 61. Yeah. We can continue on like Money in the Bank build. Summer Rae and Emma hit the ring, and Evie and Mickie James join them. And they've also said that we've been told that one of each of us can go into Money in the Bank. So one of Summer and Emma, one of Evie and Mickie. So Mickie and Summer are going to be in the Money in the Bank. And Leffy Bates comes out and announces that she will also be in it. So we already know that Ember Moon's going to be in it. So there's 4. And it'll be Alexa or Nikki Bella, which we find out later tonight. So we're moving along the Money in the Bank storyline nicely. Or match anyway, not a storyline. This is another Queen of the Ring match. Tess Blanchard defeats Erin Knight. Simple enough. And afterwards, Natalya comes out and demands that they shake hands. They put on a great show and Tessa advanced, so we should support her. Nikki Cross then demolishes Sierra. I'm going to turn her rogue. Yeah, okay. I didn't want her to be an old school heel, so I wanted her to be a bit dominant. And afterwards, Bayley comes out and sort of says that you've been impressing, and we've been watching you. We are worried that you're going to be too dominant in the Queen of the Ring. So at Battleground, I am going to challenge you to a match, but not until Battleground. So yeah, we're going to give Nikki Cross a big push against Bayley. As we are losing Bayley, it's worth doing it. No point putting her in title pictures. We're going to use as much of her popularity to push some of the other talent. And Alexa Bliss and Nikki finishes with Nikki winning. Nikki gets the Intercontinental title match, and Alexa goes into Money in the Bank. Negatives were they were both heels, which is going to be the problem for the main event too. We find Edge and Sasha pick up running towards the building where Charlotte is, and they find Charlotte and release her. Edge sort of comforts Charlotte and says, you will get your chance to get your hands on Ember. You will be in the Money in the Bank match too. And Sasha, don't you worry. We will make sure that Ember will not get involved in your two business for a long time to come. Because next week, Ember is banned from the arena and she is not welcome back in a WWE arena until Money in the Bank. And we can judge how stable she is. A bit of a trying to drag the crowd down a little bit more. Natalya advances in the Queen of the Ring by beating Kimberly, and then gets attacked by Gail Kim, just to give the Lioness storyline something to do on the show. And in our main event, there's an 84. Okay, that's good. I was worried for that. Paige defeated Becky Lynch, and after the match, Paige goes to shake Becky's hand, but Becky cheap shots her, completing both her heel turn and gimmick change. It's a complete success as well, so we'll end the show and hope that we got an 80 something. Got an 86. I think the promos did most of the work on that show. That's actually probably the best Smackdown in a long time. So we'll head back to the main screen and see what else has happened in the world. We are back to the main screen, so let's check the news. We have seen another guy die, sadly. There's another one. There's 2 people died today. Strange things happen all at once. Bully Ray is going down to NXT as a trainer. Seems like a smart choice. I have gained a user talent point, which is great. I just got to figure out how to use it. I have 100 shows completed. That's a nice feeling. We'll worry about how to work that one out later. I think it'll be in there somewhere. Let's just check the popularity. I never said I do it weekly, but sometimes I do it showly. Daniel Bryan gone back up above Roman Reigns. Randy was above Rusev. That's a bit disappointing. The Miz, pretty much the same. Sasha, I'd like to say it's the same. And Paige has gone right up. Finally, can't keep having Oscar as number one. Flair has gone up. Bailey, I think, has gone down a little bit. I believe she's gone up more. If we look, all she did was one promo this week. Popularity. So she's got a 70 and high 60s. So she's gone up with just that promo, which is always good to see. We won't go much further into that one because that's about all we need to see. As we look here, here it is. User talent. Where shall we go? We have 1 point. Fair enough. We'll go with leadership. I am playing as Edge. Strangely enough, he was unemployed at the start of the game, so I picked Edge. The Bailey rebound. Nikki Cross is okay in that. This one's exceptionally good. Evie got the win, but she's looking weak in that, which is a bit disappointing. That's solid enough. That's where I needed it. At the moment, Becky Lynch doesn't have a match going into Money in the Bank, which is probably the one downside to everything. But you can't help that. Who's hot? So we've got Evie and Kaylee Ray off Smackdown, and they're not only Thunder Rosa, so that's good. Otherwise, that's pretty much it for this show. There's not much to talk about on this brand. So yeah, thank you for watching, and we'll be back with Shockwave next time.